What's the number one killer of women? Heart disease. I'm totally going to get in your business for just a minute, and this is off track from my normal real estate motivation because my heart is heavy. A good friend of mine who's medium aged like me, she's not old, she's regular age, kids out of the house, and she had a heart attack. Now, luckily for all of us, it did not get her this time, but in her own words, it was a wake-up call. Y'all, you got to think about this. We're always looking for a magic answer for everything. If you're in real estate, you want some magic source of leads. You want somebody to magically call you and everything will be great. You magically want inventory to appear. And we all know the secret to success in business is not magic, it is discipline. The same thing applies to your health. Now, you may have a history of heart issues in your family, and that just is what it is. Heart attacks and heart disease are going to take people out. Of course they are. None of us is going to live forever. We have a limited number of days on this mortal coil, but we can do a better job of taking care of this, which is one of the only things you actually can express some control over, let's be honest. So if you want to live a heart healthier life, you know what I'm about to tell you. You have to move. And I am not shaming you if you're not a marathon runner, because you can make your heart healthier just by making it work a little more. If you've got an iWatch, it'll look at your heart rate. You can get a heart rate monitor. You're supposed to make your heart move. Now, you don't go crazy. That's terrible. You can knock yourself out in a minute. But if your regular resting heart rate is around 80, then you're going to have to take it to 110. And it's going to make you breathe a little bit. You're going to sweat a little bit. That's all right. Make yourself do it, y'all. The discipline of doing it is the hard part, because you actually can. And then, spoiler alert, you'll find out once you start moving, it doesn't feel so bad. You can clear your head. You can think a little bit. If you need to take some music or a podcast, you can. Although, frankly, there's something to be said for listening to nothing for just a minute. But that's one of the ways you can take care of your heart. Now, it also means that if you're somebody who already exercises, you have to be monitoring it as well and make sure that you are challenging it, because this is a muscle. Your heart is a muscle, and it's got to be challenged and also rested. So after you challenge yourself, then rest a little bit. That's one of the perks of exercise, and you have a reason to take a rest day. If you never exercise and every day is a rest day, it doesn't feel special. So there's your other perk. Now, I want you to think about your diet too. And I say this as a Southern woman who loves to eat butter. I love salt. I love all the things that aren't good for me. But you can, in the immortal words of my dear friend Eric, have a push-away diet. Eat half of whatever you want and push the rest of it away. Because sometimes the improvement in your diet just comes from slowing your roll a little bit. Just cut your portion size. You don't have to live like a monk, although monks eat pretty good and have always been known for having good beer and good gardens. But you can always think about what's going into this, which is the only body you're going to have. So I want you to just think. In fact, I downloaded the MyFitnessPal several years ago. I had decided I wanted to get healthy because the shape I'm in now is not the shape I was 10 years ago, and I had to make an active decision to make a change. So I downloaded that MyFitnessPal, and I had to do the food diary. Ooh, that hurt my feelings when I saw the kind of junk I was putting in my mouth. And so now I still eat some junk, but I'm paying attention to it so I can moderate it. That's why, if you know how I take my coffee in the morning, I like what I call girl creamers, which are the flavored international creamers. And I know they're terrible for me. They're full of chemicals and sugar, but I balance that out with leafy greens later in the day, and I feel like I've done something productive. So what I'll tell you is, you can do something better to take care of this. And then let me tell you why. Here's why you need to take some steps and take care of your food that goes into your mouth. It's because you matter. And the reason you matter is that there's somebody in this world that listens only to you. You are their muse and their mentor. You might be their mama. You might be their best friend. Maybe you're the mama of my kid's best friend, and my kid tells you things they don't tell me. You are in some specific role in life where you are absolutely uniquely necessary. So if for no other reason than the people around you, take care of yourself. Self-care doesn't have to be about being self-centered. It's about making sure that your particular knowledge and skills and experience are able to be shared with other people. And that is what we can do for ourselves and for each other. And so as you consider the outcomes here, choose one that's just a wee bit more positive because I'd like you to still be around for a while.